I said I had to pick my way through a lot of other Super Mario games I want to talk about. Of course, Super Mario Kart. Of all the things Nintendo does, Mario Kart is absolutely my number one favorite ever since the original. I used to do battle mode all day with my brother. I used to do time trials like nobody's business. My times on Vanilla Lake 2 were unstoppable. But that was years ago, and I'm sure that cartridge probably lost the save file by now. Mario 64. Mario 64 is one of the absolute greatest games I've ever played, one of the best 3D games I've ever played. Just the controls of that game. If there's anything artistic about video games, it's gotta be the controls. There's the music, there's art, there's graphics, there's all that stuff, but all that stuff can be emulated in other formats like movies and books and music, obviously. But control is the one thing we have in video games that's completely unique to video games. Mario 64 makes the argument that controls are art. I think the people who encompass that style of control as art are definitely Miyamoto and also Masahiro Sakurai. And maybe I'll save that whole diatribe for a future episode of the podcast because I gotta keep moving. Super Mario RPG, obviously, hugely influential on me. It was the first RPG I ever played and opened up my world entirely to the world of RPGs that I had never even known before that. I went on a binge from Mario RPG to Final Fantasy III to Chrono Trigger to Secret of Mana and Secret of Evermore, and man, what a time to be alive back then. Super Mario Land 2. Super Mario Land 2 I had on the Game Boy back when I was a kid, and that game is so fantastic. I could not get enough of it as a kid. Having to find the secret passageways, having to fight Wario when he gets the power-up, that was very real to me. He had to beat a big, fat, ugly, evil version of Mario, and he had all your powers, plus he was like 4 times larger than you. Gotta keep going. Mario Kart Double Dash. I think the only Mario Kart not worked on by Hideki Kono. Definitely my favorite Mario Kart. There is nothing like the co-op play of taking a turn perfectly and having your partner, in my case my younger cousin, launching the perfect green shell and to rip through and take first place. I wish that game would come out as downloadable for Wii U. I mean, come on. I mean, you gotta get it on there. I mean, it's so unique. Most Mario Kart iterations, you could kind of just move on to the next one. Like, Mario Kart 7 is phenomenal, but now that 8's out, I'm almost never going to go back to 7 unless I'm stuck in a place with only my 3DS. But Mario Kart Double Dash is so unique, so different, yet so good that you have to be able to go back and play that game. Mario Dance Revolution, or whatever it's called, Dance Dance Mario, Super Mario Dance Mario Revolution for the GameCube. I'm ashamed to admit I spent so much time playing that game, and it was so much fun to hear remixed Mario music. A couple years later, I held out hope that Activision or Harmonix would make some sort of Guitar Hero / Rock Band Nintendo edition with all kinds of cool remix music, but that never happened, and I doubt it's ever going to happen because those companies are both completely idiotic. But that's another podcast also. Super Mario Strikers for the Wii and the original one for the GameCube were both fantastic. Some of the most competitive Mario games this side of Super Smash Bros. Why haven't they made one for the Wii U yet? It is definitely one of the most competitive and one of the funnest games to break out. Basically, my lineup of chilling with my friends, because there's a Smash Bros. If we're going hardcore, Mario Kart, of course, because I have to dominate, and Super Mario Strikers, because that game was as simple to pick up as Mario Kart, but got so intense and so competitive, just like Super Smash Bros. On the highest level. Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Both of those games blew me away. Mario Galaxy 1 was just fantastic. The controls, everything, the world was great. But Mario Galaxy 2 really kicked it up a notch by going a little more traditional with some of the levels and just kind of opening and expanding things a lot more. Oh, and Mario Paint. I must have spent a million years drawing spaceships and other alien stuff in Mario Paint, and then listening to the save music for about 5 minutes every time I played. And that's a great time to break off.